I came up with this design for selling at Christmas markets, a cross between a snow globe and a tea light holder. The moons are made of silver foil from Bullseye and the stars are silver mica flakes. Modelling glass was used for the polar bears and glass powders for the northern lights effect. They have been glued to glass tea light holders, which also act as a stand. I'll walk you through the steps I made to make these. And while you're here, it would be much appreciated if you could like, subscribe and hit the bell notification so that when I release new videos you will be informed. I use 3mm bullseye glass. The paler colour is streaky aqua blue tint with white and the darker one is streaky blue opal and plum. Both are topped with a clear layer of Tecta. Circles were cut with a 13cm diameter and a small piece about 1cm was cut from the bottom for the flat edge. As you can see, my sizes are a little bit inconsistent, but it doesn't really matter. I had this idea to try and make something which resembled the northern lights, also known as aurora borealis. In nature, these are beautiful dancing waves of light, mainly green in colour, mostly seen around the Arctic and Antarctic. With dust mask on, I sieved clear powder on the clear upper layer of glass. Then I used jade green opal and some pink colours in a small sieve and attempted a dancing wave of light. I then sprayed a fine mist of water over the powder and agitated it, tipping it around to blend the powder. This was then set aside to dry. The next step was to make the moon and stars. As mentioned previously, Bullseye real silver foil was used for the moon and silver, but not real, mica flakes for the stars. The silver foil comes sandwiched between paper, but I like to add another couple of sheets, one to the front and one to the back to make it easier to cut and handle. I drew around my glass tack bottle to make a circle on the top layer of paper and cut this out with scissors. I then put a bit of glass tack on the coloured glass to hold the silver foil and keep it from blowing away. You could also use a circle punch to do this. I used a slightly damp paintbrush to help move the foil and then sprinkled a few bits of mica for the stars. My advice for using the mica would be less is more. If you add too much or clumps you get air bubbles. The clear layer of glass with the northern lights, when dry, was then fused to the coloured base layer. I made 4 globes in total, 2 of each colour. My northern lights were not as bright as I had hoped they would be, so plan B was to add more powder. This time I used opaque white powder as the base layer for my northern lights, then added mostly opal jade green and some fuchsia transparent powder. I tried to hide my wonky moon at the same time. A further 4 fuse was then required, so if I were to make this project again, I would skip the first step of fusing and just move to this one. I was much happier with these results. The next stage was to add snow, which was a mixture of medium white frit and powder. I added some PVA glue at the bottom to help it stick. Then I used a piece of paper as a mask and sprinkled on medium frit and powder. Next I sifted white opaque powder across the frit. The last part of the decoration was to add the polar bears, which were made from modelling glass. The ones shown here have been pre-fired to a tack fuse. I'll demonstrate at the end of this section how I made them from modelling glass. The modelling glass was made up per the instructions that come with the product. I'll include a link to the modelling glass website in the description of this video. I found these sweet mini fondant cutters, but I only used the larger of the two. I roll out the modelling glass on a silicone mat and I put cling film on top, which stops it sticking to the rolling pin. I used the cookie cutters to cut the polar bears from the modelling glass, and then I picked out the spare bits of modelling glass between the bears. I kept the polar bears on the silicone mat because I intended to dry them on the silicone mat on a low temperature in the kiln, and I repeated the process again for the baby polar bears. Still on the silicone mat, I then dried these in the kiln at 90 degrees centigrade, which is about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. These are the snow globes after the tack fuse and ready to be glued to the tea light holders. Make sure the backs are dust free and clean. I use Ikea tea light holders and clear silicone glue. I'll include links in the description of where I bought them from. You just need a few little blobs of silicone, and then I leave them for 24 hours to dry overnight. Make sure the tea lights are central and that the glass is flat when it's drying. And then after gluing, we're finished. I hope you enjoyed this video and I have inspired you to have a go at it yourself. It's quite a versatile project which works on other items too. You could even make the bears from enamels rather than modelling glass. Please be sure to come back soon to check out more videos. Bye for now.